Hammurabi's Code is one of the earliest and most significant legal documents in human history. Dating back to approximately 1750 BCE, this code was created during the reign of Hammurabi, the sixth king of Babylon, who ruled from 1792 to 1750 BCE. Situated in Mesopotamia, the region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Babylon was a prominent city-state whose influence extended throughout the ancient Near East. The Code of Hammurabi not only served as a legal framework for governing Babylon, but also reflected the social hierarchies, economic structures, and cultural values of the time. Its impact on later legal systems, both in Mesopotamia and beyond, highlights its historical importance. Hammurabi's Code consists of 282 laws inscribed on a stele made of diorite, a hard stone, which stood publicly for all to see. The stele, discovered in 1901 at Susa in modern-day Iran, is now housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. The preamble and prologue of the code establish Hammurabi's divine authority, presenting him as a ruler chosen by the gods to bring justice, protect the weak, and maintain social order. This invocation of divine sanction was crucial in legitimizing the laws, as Mesopotamian society viewed the king not only as a political leader, but also as a representative of the gods on earth. The prologue declares Hammurabi's intent to cause justice to prevail in the land, to destroy the wicked and the evil, that the strong might not oppress the weak. Such statements demonstrate that the code was designed not merely as a set of arbitrary rules, but as a moral and social framework. The structure of Hammurabi's Code reflects a sophisticated legal system. The laws are organized according to social classes and types of offenses. Babylonian society was highly stratified, comprising three main classes: the Awulu, free men of higher status; the Mushkenu, free men of lower status; and the Wardu, or slaves. The penalties prescribed by the code often varied depending on the social status of both the offender and the victim. For instance, if a man of higher status caused injury to a man of lower status, the punishment might be lighter than if the reverse occurred. This principle of differential justice reflects the hierarchical nature of Babylonian society. One of the most famous aspects of Hammurabi's Code is its reliance on the principle of retributive justice, commonly summarized by the phrase lex talionis, or an eye for an eye. This approach emphasizes proportional punishment. The penalty corresponds to the severity of the offense. For example, Law 196 states, "If a man put out the eye of another man, his eye shall be put out." Similarly, property disputes, theft, and personal injury were met with strict and often severe penalties. While this principle might appear harsh to modern sensibilities, it served a regulatory function in a society where private vengeance could easily escalate into cycles of violence. By codifying punishments, Hammurabi's Code aimed to standardize justice and limit arbitrary retribution. Hammurabi's Code also addresses economic and commercial matters, reflecting the complexities of Babylonian urban life. Laws cover trade regulations, contracts, loans, wages, and tariffs. For instance, merchants and traders were expected to adhere to strict standards of honesty, and fraudulent practices were met with substantial penalties. Similarly, labor laws dictated wages for workers such as builders, herders, and physicians, indicating the state's interest in regulating economic activity to ensure fairness and accountability. Agricultural laws were particularly important, given that the Babylonian economy relied heavily on irrigation-based farming. Farmers who failed to maintain canals or caused damage to neighbors' property faced legal consequences, highlighting the interdependence of agricultural communities. Family and social relations were another central concern of Hammurabi's Code. Marriage, divorce, inheritance, and child rearing were all regulated under the law. For example, the code stipulates the conditions under which a husband could divorce his wife and the financial obligations he owed her. Women had certain legal protections, such as the right to inherit property and seek redress for mistreatment, although their rights were generally more limited than those of men. The code also addresses issues of adultery, paternity, and domestic disputes, reflecting the importance of family as the basic unit of Babylonian society. One of the remarkable features of Hammurabi's Code is its public accessibility. Inscribed on a towering stele and displayed in a central location, the laws were intended to be visible to all citizens. While literacy in Babylon was limited to scribes and elites, The public display symbolized transparency and accountability in governance. By making the laws visible, Hammurabi reinforced his role as a just and moral ruler, while also communicating societal expectations to the population. This approach contrasts with earlier, unwritten customary laws, suggesting a deliberate move toward codified, enforceable legislation. The influence of Hammurabi's code extends beyond its immediate historical context. It provides modern historians and legal scholars with invaluable insights into ancient Mesopotamian society, governance, and ethics. The code demonstrates an advanced understanding of legal principles including liability, evidence, and contractual obligations. Moreover, it illustrates the tension between justice and social hierarchy, offering a window into the moral and political priorities of the time. Comparisons with later legal systems, such as Mosaic law in the Hebrew Bible or Roman law, reveal shared concepts of proportionality, property rights, and social responsibility, indicating Hammurabi's enduring legacy. Despite its historical significance, Hammurabi's code was not without limitations. The principle of lex talionis, while promoting proportional justice, often reinforced social inequality by imposing harsher penalties on lower status individuals. Additionally, many of the punishments were physically severe, including corporal punishment and the death penalty, which would be considered inhumane by contemporary standards. Nevertheless, the code represented a groundbreaking effort to create a comprehensive legal system and remains a cornerstone of the study of ancient law. In conclusion, Hammurabi's code represents one of humanity's earliest and most influential attempts to codify law and administer justice. By blending divine authority with practical regulations governing property, commerce, family, and social relations, the code created a framework for governance that influenced Mesopotamian society for centuries. Its emphasis on proportional punishment, public accessibility, and moral accountability highlights its innovative character. Today, Hammurabi's code is celebrated not only as a legal milestone, but also as a cultural artifact that illuminates the social structures, economic practices, and ethical values of ancient Babylon. Its enduring legacy continues to inform our understanding of law, justice, and governance in human history. Sources: 1. Vandermeeroop M. 2005, King Hammurabi of Babylon, a biography. Blackwell Publishing. 2. Roth M.T. 1997, Law Collections from Mesopotamia and Asia Minor, Scholars Press. 3. Kramer S.N. 1963, The Sumerians, Their History, Culture, and Character, University of Chicago Press. 4. Finkel I.L. 2007, The First Codex of Law, Hammurabi's Stele in Babylonian Civilization, British Museum Press. 5. Westbrook R. 2003, A History of Ancient Near Eastern Law,